Hi guys, welcome to another episode. Today we got Ivan.
Thank you for having me, Pharaoh.
Of course, it's an honor.
Thank you.
Really happy to have you on. I've been trying to get him on for a while, but I guess I'm not cool enough.
You have to book with me within 2 months in advance.
Boo!
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
Get that guy out of here. Anyways, we got a lot to unload. We're going to dive into the fitness industry, all the BS. But before anything, you guys know it's not just conversation, it's gains and conversation. So what do we got on the schedule today?
We got back and buys today.
Back and buys. We'll see you guys on the floor. All right, guys, time to get this workout started. What do we got cooking today?
We got some back
and buys?
Back and buys.
Perfect. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with some assisted pull-ups. So unfortunately, we don't have the machine, but we got the band, so we're all good. All right, I see a lot of guys skipping up pull-ups because they can't do a body weight. And they feel like doing assisted band machine, it hurts their ego, right? But you have to start somewhere.
Right.
So guys, leave your egos at the door. Start putting the band on. You got to start somewhere, because if you don't do the movement, you're never going to be able to do the full thing. Let's get it rolling. You see, he can't do a full pull-up either, but he's not ashamed of it. He accepts he's weak. So he's doing the band.
For the pull-ups, one thing I've noticed is a lot of people engage their bicep a lot because they're not doing scapular retraction and protraction. And so when they're pulling, they kind of bring their scapula forward and it's all bicep, as opposed to going all the way in and then letting the scapula, go all the way back and squeeze. Get that mind muscle connection. And then you get a little bit of an arm pump too.
All right, next up, we got high rows with the cable. So, main focus is the lats. We don't want to get anything else. From here, just pull through, very controlled. It helps if your gym buddy motivates you here and there, but I guess mine's just sitting quiet.
And I'll keep staying quiet.
Which proves my point.
It's okay, you're a big boy. You got this.
There are so many variations to this. Honestly, I tell people to do whichever one you feel the lats most. So like on this side, I like to keep it reversed, kind of like an underhand grip. With the other one, I like to rotate.
Make sure you guys are feeling the muscle out when you're trying to contract it, otherwise you're really wasting your time. For me, I noticed the lats were the hardest muscle I was having trouble engaging,
right,
for whatever reason. And then with time, like after 2 years, I really sort of feel them when I was working out,
Is that why they're small?
Exactly why they're small. This is why I'm training with this guy. He's a fucking bully.
Easy. Lightweight?
Okay.
So I noticed you're doing them at an angle. Why is that?
Because if I'm facing this way and the stretching, the pulling force is coming diagonal for me.
Right.
I'm getting a full stretch from the lat on my left side.
So it's for the stretch.
Yes, I can get a better contraction with it.
Oh, that's like iron. That's been melted. Easy. Lightweight?
There's not one perfect variation for your lats.
That's very true.
As long as you're feeling it, you know, by all means try as many variations as you want.
Easy. Keep it going.
Okay, that's it.
One thing you gotta do, touch the muscle you're trying to activate. Especially with the muscles you don't see, like back, hamstring. It's hard to get that engagement. So to build that mind-muscle connection, keep touching the muscle while you work it. Is it true creatine is like steroids?
Creatine is definitely not a steroid. If you eat enough meat throughout the week, and you know, let's say for example you have a carnivore-based diet, your creatine levels.
Wait, do you eat meat?
I eat meat, yeah.
Every day?
That's not funny. Yeah, I do. It's not funny. Anyway, this is why you can't have anything serious with this guy. No, creatine is not a steroid. Creatine just enhances, potentially can enhance your strength in the gym. It helps you retain water a little bit, so if you're trying to fill out, it gives you the appearance of being more jacked, but it's not a steroid. No. Do you have people that think it's a steroid, or do you know people?
My clients all the time, yeah.
They say,
like, I get a lot of people that are like, oh, I want to take creatine, but like I don't want to lose my Natty card. I'm like, you're fine.
right, just like test.
Yeah.
Test is not a steroid.
Exactly, or Debo, or Debo.
Trend.
Or Trend, yeah.
Everything else, don't take.
Exactly. Is it true that if your gym bro doesn't secretly put test in your pre-workout, he's not really your gym bro?
He's not even your friend.
Not even your friend, right? Guys,
put D-ball on the workouts, bro.
Exactly. Help your gym buddy with the gains.
Like, how do you think this guy got so big? You think this is creatine?
All creatine, baby.
Yeah. We're gonna hit low rows now with a narrow grip.
Why?
Honestly, like, for me, it's just a matter of how you execute the movement. The grips are gonna target different areas in your back, but what I care about the most is making sure that I'm protracting and retracting my scapula, and I'm really pulling with my elbows, as opposed to just doing a bent over bicep curl, essentially.
What if someone wants to do biceps?
If somebody wants to do biceps,
yeah.
Then just fucking pick up a dumbbell and do curls.
Oh, so it's not for them?
No, it's for your back, bro.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yo, am I doing what you were talking about?
So if you look at his back, you can see his back is protracting and retracting. Basically, if I put my hand here, I can feel my hand being squeezed with his back and scapula.
Because my back is jacked?
Because he's executing the movement right. But yeah, your back is jacked. You still look like a bitch, but your back is jacked. There you go. So even though he's pulling it and his arms are engaging, he's keeping his arms at a 90-degree angle and not bringing his forearms so high up to where his bicep is taking over.
It's a thick back. Hold it. Squeeze. So this is what he's talking about. I can dig my fingers in there. Lightweight.
So my buddy here, sorry to interrupt you, because he was saying earlier something about Gymshark athletes. He doesn't really rate them.
Pussies.
Why?
It's just what this brand stands for. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh, they have sebum. Yeah, fuck sebum. No, don't fuck C-bomb. The rest of them. Fuck the rest of them. C-bomb's good.
Canada just cancel him right now.
Like Eminem, I don't get canceled.
So what's your issue with the Gymshark athletes? It's just you don't fuck with the brand, or what?
No, I just don't fuck with the brand.
Yeah?
Again, it's not. It's this new generation of pussies.
Okay, I can kind of see
You know what I mean? Like at least Young LA has some good athletes, or
Yeah.
like these other brands. Redcon's undefeated. To be honest, I don't know where they're at right now, but
Yeah.
Redcon was the shit. Bodybuilding.com was the shit. Unfortunately, they're out of the business. I think most of them.
So who's running it in the industry right now? It's like Young LA, Gymshark, and Nike.
I guess.
Adidas.
Yeah. Fuck Gymshark though. Anyways, this next one is kind of my own creation, even though not really. But we're low on equipment, so we're gonna do a single arm pullover at an angle. Very controlled, no movement from the elbows or from the shoulder. All the way up, get a full stretch in the lats, all the way back. All the way back to your hips. Get that lat fired up.
I haven't really done this exercise ever. So can you walk me through it? Like, how am I gonna?
Yeah, so wide.
Okay.
So face hips. So hips facing forward and then kind of rotate.
But am I bending down, or am I gonna just stand up?
Now you bend a little bit.
Okay. So then.
Almost push your hips back. Almost imagine you're doing a single arm row.
Okay.
Hips back. And then drive through. Yeah. Not the usual drive through you're used to, but it's good. Forward, forward, forward. Yeah. Keep your arms straight. Run it through your hips. All the way down. All the way. Back, 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 back. Yeah. Feel the lats?
Yeah.
Finally. Easy. Don't bend the elbows.
Okay, so we're doing bicep curls now.
Why?
Because we're doing back and bis, and that's kind of like the traditional split.
Right.
But for biceps, for me, I like to load them really heavy. Like I like to lift heavy in general. So even for biceps, I don't like to sacrifice intensity for form. So even if I have a little bit of momentum going because the weight is heavy, but I know I'm still
Like cheating?
not cheating, but like I'm keeping 89 to 95% of the load on my bicep, I would go for that as opposed to going perfect form, no intensity, and no gains.
But what
basically.
if you do higher reps?
Yeah, but studies show that hypertrophy ranges for to get optimal hypertrophy, you have to train between 8 to 15 reps. So if you're doing like 30 reps, 45 reps, you're basically like wasting energy.
You hear that, guys? 8 to 15.
Lift heavy.
Lightweight?
So personally for me, this weight, even though it's not like obviously super light, it's not what I consider heavy. Because like I can keep my elbows in place, lift it up, control the eccentric, and I'm barely doing any momentum, right?
Right. So what are you trying to say?
So what I'm trying to say is that that's not what I consider heavy, but a lot of people train within that weight and call it heavy. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So this is closer to 55 pounds. Now I'm kind of shrugging a little bit, and there's a little bit of momentum. That's what I mean by heavy. But I'm still controlling the eccentric.
Yeah, that's all on the bicep. Easy. Lightweight. Easy.
Okay, so now at that point, I've hit failure. Typically, I will lower the weight, do a lighter weight for higher reps, and that will be one set. So my biceps will normally be one heavy set, medium form, right after the lower weight, better form, still heavy, but significantly lighter so that I'm not swinging back and forth. That's how I train my biceps.
Now I'll show you guys how to do a proper form.
This motherfucker is saying proper form. I look at all that swinging in the elbow. And that's lightweight too. Keep your elbow strict. Just move your forearm up and down. To have the audacity to call that proper form is disgraceful.
Yo, Ivan, look, this is you.
People can see, let's see. Let's see the feedback we get. That's what I call lower back.
I have this in case he doesn't want to do it. Just for motivation. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Be a bitch. Very easy.
Soul swing at the end.
All right, we're gonna finish it off with some cable curls, mainly because it's a good exercise. No excuses. I like it. Let's try. All right, so from here, just curl. Again, like he said, with arms, I do believe a little bit of chilling is fine. I personally like to do high reps though. So I do like 20. Again, everyone's different, so do what works for you. If you want to be big, do what I tell you. If you want to stay small, listen to everybody else.
What about tempo? Do you believe in tempo or no?
No, I believe in being big.
Okay, but like what's the difference between pumping it fast and slow? Why do people believe so much in doing the centric movement?
Because it's good for activation.
Okay, so why are you not doing it?
Because I feel it more like this.
So it's not that good for activation.
I just said everyone's different, buddy.
This is how we don't let each other work out. That's why we never work out together.
That's a lie. We don't work out with each other because you moved away. Easy. Let's see that tempo, buddy. Let's see that tempo you like so much. While he's doing that, I'll do some cool stuff in the background. Easy. Alright guys, all done with the workout. We're gonna see you back at the seats. We got a lot coming up, so stay tuned.
Thank you for joining us in the workout, and I'll see you guys next time.
Alright, back from the workout. That was a sick arm day / back.
Yeah.
We got a lot done. Now it's time to get into the topics.
Okay.
So, first thing, why are you wearing a garbage bin?
So this is the team that I've always supported since I was a kid. Unlike this guy. This guy just hopped on the football bandwagon a year ago.
BS.
But yeah, I've been a Real Madrid fan since I was probably 6 or 7 years old. And yeah, it's not going anywhere. What about you?
I respect that. I respect the fact that you support a losing team. I appreciate that.
I support a 15-time Champions League winner team. But yeah.
Did you see that stat that if VRA was out?
VRA? I mean, I know what VAR is. I don't know what VRA is.
VAR, whatever the fuck it is. VAR.
This is what I'm talking about, guys.
Oh, sorry. VAR.
Who's the true expert here?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, such an expert. Ooh, Ronaldo. Oh, good job.
No, not Ronaldo. What does it say here?
Let me see. Ivan.
I don't know if the camera saw it, but...
Who's that? Some autistic kid or something?
Ivan David.
Ivan David.
What does it say in the back of your shirt?
Lionel
Okay,
Messi.
guess what, motherfucker? He's actually autistic.
Who gives a fuck? He's the greatest of all time.
He's not the greatest of all time.
He's the greatest of all time.
Okay, so you guys watching at
Yeah.
home, we're gonna leave
So
a
if
poll.
we-
We're gonna
if-
leave a poll.
If we start this topic, it's gonna take up the whole video. So we'll leave a poll. You guys let us know if Ronaldo's better or Messi.
Messi or Ronaldo. Okay.
If Ronaldo,
And
garbage man.
you cannot participate in the poll if you've only been watching football for 2 years. Don't even think about participating. Okay.
Yeah, just let us know what you think. Obviously, Messi's better. So if you're not autistic, say Messi. Anyways, moving on. We'll get back into this.
Moving on.
Let's talk about fitness a little bit. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're running a gym, managing it, right? So that's awesome. Now, from what I understand, your job is you kind of assess people, you talk to them, you guide them in the right direction. First question that everyone asks about supplements, right? Creatine, overhyped or is it essential?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my honest take. This is my first time doing, a podcast, so I'm just gonna talk to you as if I was talking to you without the camera. Okay, I've never used creatine personally, but I do know that science backs the benefits that it claims it delivers. Right, so if you want to increase your strength and you're consistently taking creatine, it's gonna help you increase your strength.
Right.
It does retain water, so if you're trying to cut down or you're trying to dry out, I wouldn't take it just to get
Yeah,
to
so
the
a good alternative is if you do want to dry out, like if you want to stay dry and still take creatine, is creatine HCl.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know about that one. That's a very nice one.
Okay.
So I'll pull it up right now.
What about people say that creatine makes you lose your hair. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's really related. Is that a shot at me?
Absolutely not. But he's so paranoid. He always thinks everyone's against him. It's a genuine question.
No. Anyways, creatine HCl. So pretty much, it's bonded with hydrochloride. So for a better stability. So pretty much, if you take HCl, the scoops are only 2.5 grams compared to monohydrate, which is like 5 grams.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. It's better absorbed.
Okay.
And less bloating, and again, lower dose needed. So there is limited evidence that it says it's better than monohydrate. So monohydrate is still, I would say, the gold standard. I think when it comes to creatine, it's researched way more and spin around longer.
Yeah.
But definitely when it comes to staying drier, if you don't like that bloatiness or like to retain water, which I personally like actually, because I notice like when I retain more water, my joints feel better.
Okay.
But if you don't like the look, I would definitely go for HCl.
Okay.
But creatine, it's a good goal.
So short answer, it does work. It does work. Yeah.
HCl is also more expensive, at least from the sources that I know. So I don't know if that's a factor, but both are good.
Okay.
So have you heard of Turkestrone by?
I have heard of Turkestrone by Mr. Greg Doucette.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is it a scam, secret weapon? Do you know anything about it? Do you want to talk about that topic or not really?
I mean, I don't want to talk too in depth about it because I don't know much about it.
Right.
But
have you seen the reviews?
I have. It's mixed reviews.
So exactly. So any type of test booster now, I don't personally believe in. Honestly, the best test booster is working out and eating properly. Right? So these test boosters, these formulas, they're all BS unless you're taking tests. Like I don't think they help.
So I mean, what I think is if you're trying to take bodybuilding competitively and you want to have every inch you can get as far as an advantage, if you're eating right, you're training right, adding Turkestrone and creatine and all that,
right, but
might help you. But
it might. But is the cost worth it? Because he charges an arm and a leg, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know the exact price for that specific supplement, but I know Greg for anything he charges an arm and leg.
But that's why I said like the foundation has to be there. So if your nutrition and training isn't there, there's no point in even
taking it. Exactly. So the first thing is just watch your diet and your training.
Yeah, and your recovery, your sleep.
Exactly, which kind of brings me to my next point. What do you think of fat burners? Because that's another big topic, right? Because when it comes to like test boosters and fat burner, a lot of them are BS.
I would say most of them.
Most of the fat burners.
BS, yeah.
So some fat burners I actually believe in. Like first of all, caffeine, natural fat burner. Right.
But why is it a fat burner? I mean, it's a pretty easy explanation. It accelerates your heart rate, so it helps you burn more calories.
No. So actually, I'll look it up right now. But pretty much. I don't know the exact science of it, but it does something to your body almost like ketosis, where it uses your fat cells for fuel. So coffee, it helps your body break down fat better. So it increases the level of your, guys, I'm dyslexic and autistic, so if I say anything wrong.
That's why he likes Messi. But yeah, continue.
Fuck Ronaldo. Don't freak out. So it increases levels of epinephrine.
Yeah.
Pretty much adrenaline. So it pretty much tells your body to break down stored fat and release fatty acid into the bloodstreams for energy.
Okay.
So that's why it's a natural fat burning. Coffee, I'm a huge believer in. L-carnitine. L-carnitine is another good one. Kind of does the same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of tells your body to use fat for fuel. So these ones I'm a huge fan of. But again, all of it honestly comes down to your diet and training. If you're not in a deficit, you're not going to lose weight. So in my opinion, there's no point to it.
Yeah, so like one thing that I want to add to that is people have a misconception because the label says fat burner that you can just still get away with having a bad diet when you're training because it's going to help you burn the fat. And that's not the case at all. Like even if you're taking it, you still have to have your diet on point. You obviously got to be in a deficit if you want to lose weight. So it's not going to work regardless of whether you're in a deficit or not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of covered supplements. We'll come back to supplements again. There's a hot topic right now about the pay gap in bodybuilding.
Okay.
What do you think of that? Because obviously I'm referring to classic physique. Well, any category at this point compared to the open.
Yeah.
Right? Because the open gets 500 and then classic gets like 50.
Yeah.
It's not even a close gap.
Yeah. I think the open gets 600.
Is it 600
If I'm
now?
not mistaken, yeah.
So why do you think that gap is there? Do you think that, why is that? Because there's a big argument that classic physique is even bringing more eyes to the sport now.
That's a really good point. So my logic tells me because these guys are bigger, they're going to get compensated more. And, you know, in their category, you're judging size. Like, obviously, you're judging symmetry and all of that, lines.
Sorry to interrupt you. So because open is harder to achieve, or it's a more...
But that's what, like, my point was, even though they're bigger, some of these classic guys are still blasting, you know, gear and putting their life on the line to compete at that stage, which for me doesn't really make sense for them to get compensated less than an open bodybuilder, because at the end of the day they're both putting in the same amount of work, you know.
Right.
And like you said, classic does tend to have more eyes than open for the most part.
Honestly, that's what I wanted to get into. Do you think that's true? I don't necessarily think that's true, because if you look at the views or even look at the arena, I've noticed when it's time for the open, it's way more packed.
I think in person the freaks are going to stand out more, so people are going to pay to see them in person. But I think notoriety wise worldwide, you can ask someone who Chris Bumstead is in South America and they might know. Yeah. But if you ask them who Hadi Chopra is, they might not know unless you're in the middle of, or Hadi Chupan, sorry, or even Samson, right? Like Samson's he's the current champion, right? And he's a big boy. But I promise you, no one knows who he is in Colombia, where I'm from. But if you ask someone in Colombia who Chris Bumstead is, they can tell you.
We had this discussion with someone else on this podcast. Let's say Chris Bumstead did not exist. Look at the second best classic physique. Do you think classic physique would be where it's at right now without C-Bum?
I would think so, because...
But look at the second guy. Who's after C-Bum right now? Who would you say is after C-Bum?
Well, right now I forgot his name.
Not Ramon.
Not Ramon. I forgot his name.
The German guy?
Yeah, the German. No, not the German guy. That's Wesley, right?
No,
it's not Wesley.
No.
The guy that came second this year in 20.
Oh, Mike Summerfield.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying that.
Bro, I remember like.
So yeah, but that's what I mean. Like this guy, you didn't even know his name. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
But I know what he looks like.
Okay.
Obviously.
I bet you can't name the top five.
Aside
from Ramon. Again, aside from the guys that kind of established themselves on social media, it's no one...
Let me see, Bumstead, this guy.
Yeah, but you don't even know his name.
I don't know, but I think I know who the third one is.
Urs.
Was it Urs?
Urs, yeah, he's third.
Urs was third?
He was third, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I mean... Yeah, you might have a point.
Right?
So wasn't Arnold classic?
No, there was no classic back then.
Oh, okay.
So
But technically, he would be a classic competitor if he competed today.
If he competed today, but here's the thing, it's so hard to say that because the sports has evolved so much. Everybody weighed 240 back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you're Arnold's height at like 6'1" and you want to do open, you're plus 300.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But back then, conditioning wasn't it. Like, honestly, like people might get butthurt about this. You put Arnold in any class today, he's not going to make top 10. Based off conditioning alone. Like he just based on conditioning, his best physique you put on, he can barely get a pro card.
Okay.
Just because of conditioning.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
just because the sports has evolved. That's not saying, that's not knocking him, that's not knocking his Olympiads. If you take that physique, I'm saying, right? But for back then, that was lean. So it's kind of hard to compare that. But if he was to come with the same size, better conditioning, he would, be classic, technically.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everybody back then, that was the biggest. Everybody
Right.
was that size.
So, like, let's compare some of the greats, class for class. So I know Arnold would have been a classic technically. Bumstead is one of the legends now.
So here's the thing. I feel like the reason classic physique was introduced, and it's good for a lot of guys, is because a lot of people couldn't do bodybuilding at the end of the day. Like, they couldn't get that big. And it was introduced very recently. It was like 2017, 2018, I think, that the class was first introduced. And that's one of the main reasons we don't have a lot of like open guys anymore. Like, we have 30 people compete in classic physique, right? 30, 40 people compete in men's physique.
Yeah.
We have like 15.
Men's physique is also very new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have like 15 open, right?
Yeah.
It's because a lot of those guys that couldn't get that big just settled, or not even settled, maybe they didn't even want to get that big.
Right.
They chose another class, right? And that's why in bodybuilding right now, the shapes aren't that great, because the guys that have symmetry, back in the day, they were forced to do bodybuilding. Like, there's a good chance if we had classic physique back in the day, his mind's skipping my mind. Who's known for symmetry? He never won a Mr. Olympia.
Mike Spencer? No.
Fuck.
Symmetry?
Oh, Kevin LeBron.
Oh, he never won one.
He never won.
Shit.
So Kevin LeBron, there's a good chance that he might have been in classic if classic was like
Available at the time.
exactly, because
Yeah.
he was big. He had a good size, but he also has symmetry. So maybe he wouldn't push his body necessarily to go and compete with Ronnie or all those other guys. He would have just settled and won based off his symmetry and conditioning alone on classic, right? So that's why also competition is less in open compared to like back in the day, I feel like, right? Do you have any takes on that?
So, yeah, I mean, I would imagine the guys got bigger now, obviously, with all the science that we have and training has evolved.
Not necessarily. Like, size-wise, I feel like they lost, like, they got...
I mean, look
like
at men's physique competitors now versus when the class was first introduced.
Oh, yeah, other classes.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were talking
what I'm
about
saying
open.
in general,
yeah.
like the classics from a few years ago got bigger, and even the opens from, I mean, would you say the Samsung is bigger than Ronnie, size-wise? No.
No.
So that's the only class where you can't say that they got bigger over time. Okay.
Yeah, so you're saying like the other classes, they're going to be, for sure. There was a very big debate 2020-ish, like a few years ago, that men's physique were getting too big. Because
it's still a debate.
Yeah, so when the class was first introduced, it was like a beach body.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how it was structured is biggest guys, bodybuilding. Second biggest guys, classic physique. And the men's physique weren't even that big. It was more about symmetry and the shape. Aesthetics,
Yeah.
exactly, right? These guys are bigger than the classic guys.
There's, I forgot his name. I think his name, not Ed Von Palmera. I'll give you the name, and maybe you can add it later. But I saw a video of him. He's a very famous men's physique competitor. Everybody was commenting, this guy should compete in classic. Like, he's ridiculously big. And he's a men's physique competitor.
Here's the crazy part. Some of these men's physique guys cannot make the weight for classic. They're that big.
Right.
And that's where the whole debate came. because like these guys were supposed to be the smallest technically.
Yeah.
Like that's what the class was for, and now they're so big they can't even make classic weight. And I think the judges are doing a good job at filtering that out, because the way they're doing their placing, they're picking more aesthetic over size. And I think athletes are slowly realizing that they have to like calm down a little bit and focus more on their shape.
Okay.
Because I feel like when they don't have the genetic, because at the end it's genetics, right? It's like how, if you have a short bicep head, what are you gonna do about it?
Right.
Unless like some people, I'm not gonna mention name.
Cento.
But
That's another controversial topic.
ooh, we'll get into that. But seriously, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are these guys so big? But yeah.
So I mean, going back to the original question, why are these guys getting paid more than the classic?
Right, I forgot what the question was.
Yeah, it's okay. My first answer was these guys are getting bigger, so you know they potentially generate more eyeballs to that division. But then if you look at it in hindsight, or at least from social media numbers, is not true. Like Chris Bumstead has a bunch of, like I think he has 15 million followers. Versus you look at someone like Samson, he probably has like 1 million or not even like 1.5.
But again, you can CBOM has his own league. I feel take the second guy. What was his name? Mike something. Let's see how many followers he has. Mike.
Like who are the top in open? Samson, Hadi, and Derek, right?
I wouldn't even fucking take Hadi, because Hadi's just Hadi blew up because Hadi's situation is weird, because I feel like this is a very unpopular take. If he just competed from the States, if he wasn't from Iran, he wouldn't have gotten as much attention. I'm not saying he wouldn't have gotten attention. He wouldn't have got as much attention as he did, because the whole thing was like the visa issue. That alone got him so much eyeballs.
Yeah.
Like you go on Nick Strength and Power every fucking week. Oh, Hadi this, Hadi can't come to the state. Oh, they're working on Hadi's issue.
Yeah.
So this and that. And I feel like because he can't speak English, he's more loved, because he has that innocent look, where, again, another hot topic, he's not that fucking innocent. He sucks as a person. He's a very good competitor. But yeah, so
okay.
I wouldn't even take Hadi. Hadi just got famous because Hani's working with him.
I guess my thing is, but from the jump, I can name you more classic physique competitors, even men's physique competitors.
Bro, you couldn't name the second guy?
No, not this year, but in general. Like I can give you names of more classic physique athletes than open.
So, okay,
and
I just pulled up Mike, the second Mr. Olympia, right? 500,000.
Yeah, but he came out of nowhere.
Okay,
Search Wesley.
Wesley's not that much. He's under $1 million. There's no way.
Check Wesley. Let's see. If he's over $1 million, that's big, because he just popped off last year.
Okay, how do you spell? No, Wesley's been around. What are you talking about?
No. For my knowledge, he just popped to become a contender against CBOM, and for people to consider him over Dino, he popped off last year. I never heard of him
I remember Wesley when he won. So Nick Strength and Power had a competition, and he won that. So he's been around. He's known. 1 million.
But bro, he became mainstream last year. He won the Arnold, and then everybody thought he was gonna beat.
For me, a popular men's physique, classic physique is Ramon. So let's see how many.
Yeah, Ramon's huge. Even Urs is huge.
Okay, let's see the Instagram. Okay, 6 million.
Yeah, he's huge. Now,
okay, now we'll check bodybuilding.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. I'll go on Instagram directly. I'll tell you right now.
Samson.
$1.4. Samson has 1.4. Now, if you look at classic, look at, for example, Brian. Brian doesn't compete anymore.
Oh, fuck Brian.
But we're talking about popularity, what people like to watch, right? My thing is if more eyes and more people aspire to have more of the classic and men's physique, and those are the athletes that are expiring, because very few people really want to be ass monsters, right?
No, I agree. There's more people that would rather look like classic physique
or men's.
For sure. No.
Therefore, they identify more with those athletes.
No, there's no debate. But when it comes to, here's the thing. Someone might like watching soccer, but rather do MMA. You know what I mean? So the point is not like which one you rather look like. The point is which one would you want to watch.
I would
Right?
rather watch classic.
Yeah, but not talking about you.
Right, like I'm just saying, I think it's more impressive to have a snatched, really small waist and huge shoulders and a bigger upper body than some of these like open that they obviously still look good because you have to understand the sport. But if you've never watched the sport or you're new to it and you look at them, like some of them have very big guts. They don't look as aesthetic at face value.
That's not the case anymore, though.
I mean, I think so. Like,
Bro, look at the top 5. Who's the
like
gut in the top 5?
Samson looks.
Samson doesn't have
Samson looks good, but I don't like Derek's look, for example. I think Derek looks very
Derek
square.
Derek does not look square.
To me, he does.
How?
To me, he
Oh
does.
my God! How does Derek?
But
look
that's what
square?
I'm talking about. These are opinions. I even think Samson looks square. Like those guys are too big for me.
Okay,
Like,
but
even, like,
you
their
can't
core-
say they don't have guts anymore. It's not like they had guts. There
Okay.
was a phase where
Let's see.
everyone had a gut. I agree. Like I would say now.
Look at Nick Walker.
Nick Walker's the only guy. He's the
but
only
he's
guy.
a huge name in the industry.
He's
right?
the only guy. He's the only guy that has a bubble gut. Hardy doesn't have a bubble gut.
No,
right?
you know who has the best open physique I've seen? Like for me at least, aesthetic. Andrew Jackman. Google him right now.
I know him.
Yeah, I think he has more aesthetic for an open guy than. Well, actually, Samsung looks fucking insane. Samsung would be another guy with a smaller waist.
For me, even though I believe he takes Cento, Derek looks the best.
Let
to
me see.
Bro, are you telling me fucking look at that waist?
I get what you mean. I guess maybe it's not the waist. It's just here. It looks too bubbly.
What? It's muscles.
I know.
No, you know, no.
But for me, like
honestly,
I don't admire that, right? Like to me, that doesn't
honestly,
look good.
Okay, you know why it looks bubbly? One, Derek, for some fucking reason, his conditioning can never be 100%. Like even the year he won, I truly believe he could have been better. Secondly, Cento. I will bet my house Derek takes Cento. Just like Hardy does, just like every one of Honey Rambo's fucking clients do.
So even Bumstead's the client of Honey.
Here's the thing. If
But he
you
won
look at-
without him, so yeah.
No, I'm not gonna knock on Bumstead. I like Bumstead. If you look at his biceps, it looks bad. Like honestly, like what did he say? He said it was surgery, right? He
Yeah.
said it was surgery. There's a trend, right? You start training with Honey Rambo, you get accused of Cento. There's definitely that trend, right? The only athlete that never got accused is Phil Heath, and Phil Heath's genetics are just out of this. Phil Heath was gonna win the Mr. Olympia with or without Honey. Like I don't think Phil's a fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, like genetic anomaly.
Yeah, like we can't even talk about Phil. I don't think he took Cento. But if you look at any of other Honey's competitors, they're all accused. Hardy with the fucking shoulders. Derek with the lats and the biceps. Again, C-bomb you can say with the bicep. Jay Cutler is an iffy one. Again, I don't want to talk about that because I like Jay, but again, him too, right? So, yeah, a lot of these guys, same with Derek. I truly think he took Cento. It's just like, it doesn't look right to me. Like, look at these lats. You tell me what you think.
Yeah, like for me, classic physiques are just more impressive for me. Like I completely understand that only the 1% can look that big.
Like
but
look like that is off. It almost looks bruised. I don't know if it's the tan he did. It just doesn't look right. But yeah, okay, let's going back to it. Okay, let's just fire it up. Right, let's get to that.
so okay, let me ask you
Two
this.
questions,
Let me ask
two
you this.
questions.
Why do you think they make more? Why do you think they get paid more?
Honestly, I think because it was their first, and a lot of people, I think more people appreciate the open. That's what I think.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't think it's a fair pay gap. For me, like 400 to 200 would be better.
Yeah.
But fucking 500 to 50 is
Yeah, that's fucked
that
up.
the pay gap. That pay gap's not fair in my opinion.
That's a slap in the face.
Even though I believe bodybuilding is still more impressive, 500 to 50 is not right. I think definitely they should fix the pay gap in that. Second, the women's.
Okay.
Okay, now the women's definitely bring their own viewership. Now I don't exactly know how much the women's make.
Yeah.
Let me
I'm not very.
look it up. Okay, yeah, so bodybuilding they do make 600. You're right, and second place is 250.
For open.
Second place
In
is
open.
In open. It's
That's
5
crazy.
times the winner of classic. That's messed up. Anyway, so
That's fucked up.
women's bodybuilding makes 50K, which that, again, you might not like this. I don't think it's fair in the sense that I think they get paid too much. Honestly, I'm not knocking the class. I'm not saying take it out, keep the class, whatever. They can have their sponsors if someone like that physique. I like the class. It's just that from what I've seen, I haven't met one person that watches women's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm not very familiar with it, but I'm sure they have a niche.
They
like
have. They
everything else,
definitely have
but-
a niche.
Yeah.
But they're equal to classic physique? No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No. if women's make 50K, classic should be making 250 at least. At least. There's no way you're telling me women's bodybuilding is bringing the same amount of fucking viewers as classic.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's fucked up. Bro.
Same. Okay, so all the women divisions, wellness, bikini. First of all, why do we have so many fucking female divisions?
How many divisions are there for women?
So we have bodybuilding, figure, fitness, woman, physique, wellness, bikini. Obviously, bikini everybody watches. Like
I don't, but I could imagine why. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
not because they're
So those are like the most aesthetically pleasing.
those are the most aesthetically pleasing. They're actually not even too shredded. So I would say those are the most pleasing to watch. So if anything, I would say there's a fucking unfairness going on here. I feel like if anything, bikini should be making more. First of all, knock off half these classes. At least in my opinion, like half these classes should not be there. Like we have 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 classes with women. For guys, we have 4. We have 212.
Yeah.
We have men's physique, classic physique, and they have a difference. Like it actually makes sense. But with this, honestly, wellness. From what I understand, women's physique and wellness kind of look alike. Like, I don't know the exact, again, I'm not too big into the...
Can you name me a female Mr.
I
Olympia?
cannot... Oh, Lauren Phillips? Is that
I have
one?
no idea, bro.
No, I cannot name you one. I cannot name you a single female athlete of any sport, to be honest with you.
Ah, stop this MMA. You can.
Yeah, MMA. I'm into UFC. And Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Like, those are the only ones I know.
This guy.
Let's just get to the answers.
Okay.
Is the pay gap unfair?
Of course.
Okay, we got that covered. Do you think classic brings in more eyes?
Yes, absolutely.
I disagree, but let's move on because I think we talked about this enough.
Yeah.
What do you think of Jeff Sade's advocates for natural bodybuilding? Do you know Jeff? I'm sure you know Jeff Sade, right? Yeah.
Of course.
First of all, Natty or not?
Not lifetime.
Not
Lifetime.
what you
Because
think
Jeff C competed.
He's Natty now.
Natty, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, yeah.
Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with the guy advocating for natural bodybuilding. Because, yeah, don't take drugs. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. And
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is
I
like.
don't know why he's getting attacked. I think the main reason he's getting attacked because people think he's not natural.
Yeah, that's why.
But I still support the message.
Yeah. I mean, of course, because the thing is with people now is like, because fitness has become more mainstream, and steroid consumption has become more accessible and like less taboo in society. Like now you can take it, and if you're honest about it, you don't get as much heat unless you're making a huge profit from it.
I
right?
agree.
But now because it's more accessible, a lot of people with no experience are just hopping on because they don't know the consequences of it.
Exactly.
So even if like let's say he is a fake natty, what he's doing is gonna end up helping some people because
sure.
you know what I mean. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
are ignorant.
Yeah. I wouldn't really attack him for that.
No.
And the last time I saw him on stage, I do think it's natural. Like he might be taking SARMs. I wouldn't be surprised. Everybody is taking something.
He looks great. Like when he competed in the IFBB for men's physique, when men's physique used to be like what it was supposed to,
was
in my
juicing
opinion.
back then.
Yeah, he was juicing back then, but he still didn't look huge. Like he looked.
He looked good.
You know what I mean?
But no, I definitely support
I don't
the
think
message.
PEDs.
No, for sure, for sure. Honestly, bro, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people abusing it and they don't look like it. They look like shit.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay, moving up from one influencer to another.
Okay.
What do you think of the rise of Sam Sulek?
The rise?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he recently won his IFBB Pro card, which I think he deserved, I would say.
Yeah.
But do you think his pro caliber, in the sense of like, can he make top 10 at a pro show?
It's a good question.
And I'm not talking Olympia. Obviously, in my opinion, he's not even going to get close to top 15 in Olympia. Like, let's say New York Pro. Do you think he can even scratch? Because in my opinion, he's not even going to touch top 10 right now.
The thing with Sam, and in my opinion, for you Sam lovers, I don't think Sam's shape is the best. Like, even though he's big,
He's a nice physique.
No, I'm not saying that he doesn't have one.
No,
I'm just saying, like, I don't
aesthetic
think...
ways.
I don't
You don't see it?
I don't like his, like, the shape of his physique, but when I
Right.
saw him step on stage and I saw his conditioning, he looked really good. So I think, like, personally, I don't like it, but I do think if he's dialed in and he gets a little bit more size, because like all the fucking classic physiques now are freaks. If he gets a little bit more size and he can still keep the conditioning that he brought to the Arnold, I think he can be competitive in a pro show. Can he make it into the top 10? I don't know.
Yeah,
But maybe
I don't think so.
with like politics though, maybe.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like maybe top 5.
No, they can't. Here's the thing. They can't rob. Like, even when he got his pro card, people were complaining a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I saw a
like-
lot of people support him, but I also do understand like the fact that people are just emotionally attached to his rise, to his come up.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Corruption is everywhere. You look at boxing. You look at football. You look at corruption's everywhere. I can't blame the guy. He's famous. They're giving him like privilege. But at some point, when you do it at that stage, here's the thing. Once you make no one gives a fuck about the amateurs. He can rob. I'm not saying he did, but he can theoretically rob every amateur show and no one will give a fuck.
Even if it's the Arnold amateur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the pro, I think if they push him too much, people are gonna start hating him. And I think it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be horrible for his image.
So you're basically saying that you don't think he has the genetics to be successful?
No. He can't. Not right now. Not right now. I'm saying right now with his current physique, he cannot make top 10 bodybuilding, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, he's also very young. That's true.
No. He has time. I'm not knocking the guy. I'm just saying right now. If they try to push him too much and if they're going to try to use politics to give him placing, it's going to be very bad because people love drama. People love knocking down stars.
Yeah.
They're going to attack him so hard. I think the best thing for him, take at least a year off competing. He won his pro card in the Arnold, right?
Yeah.
So he's qualified for the next
No,
year.
he didn't. He competed in a pro show before that qualified him to the Arnold. Is that what you meant?
No. Where did he get his pro card?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. The Arnold.
Yeah, so he got qualified for next year's Arnold Pro.
Yeah.
So
wait, he's gonna compete with the pros next year?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's what I mean. He's not ready. Best thing
fuck.
is because the winner of the amateurs at Arnold, naturally, because Arnold is not Arnold Pro is not a show you can sign up. It's invitation only.
Yeah.
And then with the amateurs, the winner of the amateurs of the previous year gets invited automatically to the next year's pro.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I would say he's got to take the whole year and just try to put on as much as he can.
As he can.
Like, cause that's the only way he's gonna stand out.
And that also means upping the doses, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily, bro. Like, some guys can just put on size, no problem. Like, with him, there was a whole controversy that he was taking too much drugs at the beginning.
Yeah.
With the whole acne situation and everything, right?
Yeah.
He's working with Fuad now.
Yeah.
Who's he working with? Yeah.
But he doesn't have a coach though. Like, even though he's working with Fuad, he claims like he coaches himself.
Yeah, I think fucking.
Maybe with the gear behind closed doors, he doesn't, obviously. But
I have no clue. It's honestly stupid to work without a coach. Like, listen, when you're on that low of a calorie, your brain doesn't function. I'm sure he had a coach. I'm sure they were helping him. There's no way you're telling me this guy's at 5% body fat and he's functioning enough to think, oh, he's gonna plan out his day. Like, realistically, you get emotional, your hormones kick in. Like, there's too much stuff going on for you.
So he claims he didn't have a coach. So you're saying there was somebody probably helping him behind the scenes.
I'm not saying
he didn't give credit to.
I'm not saying he had like a full-on coach. I'm saying someone was helping him.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way like this guy did it on his own.
And I'm sure like top people, like people with a lot of knowledge wanted to get credit for, I helped them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Maybe he just didn't. Again, he's a rising star, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Okay. We have Natty or not coming up. Before that, what are your thoughts on TRT in your 20s?
TRT in your 20s. I would say if you genetically have a disposition to low T for whatever reason, obviously consult it with your doctor. Don't just make a decision because you have low T. But if your doctor approves and you've done testing and you've got different opinions, I don't think it's wrong if you're having that medical follow-up, right? But if you just want to take tests at 20 years old to look big and your only reason is to look big, I think it's stupid. Because you're killing your natural test production, right?
Right. This is kind of off topic, but I wanted to ask you this. What do you think of the rise of the OnlyFans fitness influencers?
The OnlyFans fitness influencers?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, man. Like, what do you mean? Like people that post fitness content, but they have an OnlyFans? Is that what you mean?
Pretty much.
That's
like
everybody. That's every girl.
No, not necessarily. Some people just do, I guess, like porn or OnlyFans, but some are fitness influencers that they actually promote their OnlyFans by doing like fitness content. Yeah.
Listen, man, that's an opinion-based answer.
Right. That's why I'm asking. What's your opinion?
So I mean, like, I just wanted to say that my opinion is you can do whatever you want with your body. Like, even when it comes to gear, like, don't do it because it's gonna kill you. But at the end of the day, it's your fucking body. Same thing with OnlyFans. If you want to post content for fitness and you're getting traction and you want to open an OnlyFans and it's generating you money, then it's your life. It's
No, fair enough.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, there's not much to say about that.
Are you asking me if I would do it? Or
bro, you'd go broke.
Yeah. Okay, so like.
No, I'm asking female. Female? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like in general.
Well, I guess. Do you know any like male OnlyFans stars? I guess. No. Do we even have that? I'm sure we do.
I don't know. I'm sure there's probably like guys like have OnlyFans. Yeah.
Either way, we're not gay. No, serious question though. Do you think it's right for them to promote their OnlyFans? So, do you know Joey Swell?
Joey Swole?
Swole, yeah.
Yes, I do know Joey Swole. I spoke to him yesterday.
Yeah, I spoke to Trump yesterday. He said, fuck you. No, seriously.
Okay. Joey Swole, yeah.
Okay, so some fitness OnlyFans influencers, they do these weird stuff in the gym. They put their private parts on like gym equipment or shit like that, or they pee on the gym floor. So he kind of goes against that, and I 100% agree. So what are your thoughts on these OnlyFans girl promote? Do you think the gym or fitness in general is the right, not even the right, the ethical path to promote your OnlyFans? Because I feel like back in the day, martial arts, the gym, bodybuilding, fitness in general was a little bit more sacred. Like there was a little bit more respect around it. And nowadays you have these girls promoting their fucking OnlyFans.
Like in the gym, like they're shooting like provocative content in the gym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Again, that goes back to my original answer.
Okay, let me ask you this: should the gyms allow this?
It depends on what they're doing, right? Like let's say for example, I record a girl that has a really big ass, like she has a really nice body, and she's doing hip thrusts or like
no, that's fine.
Bent over row. But that can be interpreted as sexual. I don't know what you mean. Like are girls like getting naked in the gym? And
no, they're not getting naked. They're rubbing their pussy on a bar.
Okay, that's not like you can record that and keep like.
So you think that's fine? I just think there should be a little bit more respect.
I don't know, bro, because like it depends. Like you can ask somebody, do you think it's fine to shoot a video in the gym and like have people ask questions or interview people in the gym, interrupting their workouts?
100% agree.
Some people are gonna say no, right? So
I agree. And to be honest, as long as the person's comfortable with it, why not? You can ask.
Here's my thing that I would say to that. A gym is not just 18 and up. Like you have kids going to the gym as well.
Exactly.
So because there's people from all different ages, you want to be careful with how you show yourself in the gym in that regard.
Yeah, even if you are gonna do it, don't do it at a fucking commercial gym. I feel like that's definitely off limit. Like get a private studio or something and do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But don't go on the gym floor peeing. Have you seen those Girls pee in the gym floor.
In the gym floor?
Mid
Nah, like-
lift. So
like
some of
obviously
them,
that is crazy.
so
right?
some of them are power lifters. Apparently, with females, when they go super heavy, that naturally happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm not knocking that, but if you're doing it on purpose, come on. Now I know that there's that whole meme, guys liking it and licking it off the floor and shit like that, but no one wants to see that. No one
Yeah.
wants to clean up after that. No one wants to grab a bar that you just rubbed your private parts on, right? So keep
Right,
your
right,
pussy
right.
off the bar.
Right.
Right?
I mean, when it comes to that, obviously but to me that's common sense. Like I'm not as a guy. Would you
You'd
want me
be
to?
shocked.
As a guy, would you want me to like rub my dick on the equipment? No, right?
Fair
same,
enough.
same thing with the women, right? So when it comes to that, no. But I thought you meant
And
like,
especially good point when kids are training at the gym,
yeah, Of
right?
course.
So that's definitely a no-no.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the fact that you're bringing a garbage bin?
Oh, this team in the last decade. Actually, best team in the whole universe. But yeah, best team in the last decade.
Yo, since you're a bodybuilder and you're a Real Madrid fan, how are you digesting rice?
That's a horrible joke, like especially because of the delivery.
Are you still
But
having rice
The
in
thing
your
is,
diet?
like, it's too early to say those jokes when we still got one more game, right? Like, if we were fully out, by all means, knock yourself out. But we got one more game, and the one team to be known for comebacks is Madrid.
Yo, does rice sit okay on your stomach?
Rice sits amazing on my stomach. It's actually my favorite food.
Yeah?
Like, I like to have rice with everything.
With everything, eh?
Everything.
Yeah. Do you like it curvy?
I like it extra curvy.
Exactly. The way
Finesse. I like
finesse,
it.
right? Okay, that's good.
Of
Good to know.
course. Of course.
What will you do when we win the triple this year?
Well, I'm not gonna do anything because it's not gonna happen, right? So like, if you guys win the treble, if you actually do win the treble, I'll shave my head bald.
Yo, I'll fucking make you do it, bro.
Okay, so it's on camera, right?
It's
So
on
if
camera.
Barcelona wins it, but that's how confident I am that they're not.
Okay, so we got
So-
the Copa del Rey locked for sure. We got La Liga locked for sure. And we got the UC. All right, we're at that part of the show. We have a segment on here, natties or not. Obviously, I'm sure you're familiar with the trend, right?
Yes.
Okay, before I give you the names, what's your thoughts on the trend? Is it good or bad for the industry? So I've been getting mixed reviews, like when I talk to the guest. Do you think it's helpful or harmful for the industry?
I think it's helpful because it gives you two things. It can potentially teach you reality versus fake, like what to expect naturally,
Right.
versus not
So
natural.
you're for it.
I am for it, and then it has the entertainment aspect of it. I don't think it harms
Thank
anybody.
you. That
know?
that's what I think too. No, I 100% agree with you on that one. I would agree more if you weren't wearing that garbage shirt. But anyways, so we'll get into the names. Okay, fire round. The Rock.
The Rock, bro. No.
No,
Like
no.
I was fuck no.
Okay, David Lake.
Oof, not Lifetime.
Not Lifetime.
Not
yeah.
Lifetime for sure.
Zac Efron.
See, here's the thing. Everybody always talks about Baywatch with Zac Efron, but I think if you have really good genetics,
Have you seen his most recent ones?
I'm talking about Baywatch. I don't know how he looks like now.
Okay, I'll show
But-
you. I'll show you what he did. So I think he did a movie for like was it a wrestler or something like that? He did.
Oh yeah, I've heard about. I haven't seen his physique in that movie though.
Okay, let me show you real quick.
Like, okay, see here? Hold on. Go back. Go there. People thought he was a natty for that. I think that's, if you have good genetics and you have a pump and you're lean as fuck, you're gonna look like that.
That's obtainable naturally.
Naturally, yeah.
What do you think of this?
Oops, sorry. I have to see a video or something, because like, even,
Okay, yeah. So I think he was doing like a wrestler. I don't know if the movie's out. I didn't hear too much about this. So this is the pic people were going crazy over. First off, bubble gut. Second off, the bloated face.
yeah, so when I look at that photo, and then you gotta take into account a few things, and I'm sure you're gonna show the photo to the viewers, but he's older now, and he looks significantly bigger, and just as lean as he did in Baywatch, right? So that makes no sense. Like, even from a hormonal standpoint, why is his test going to be higher now to help him produce that lean mass versus when he was in Baywatch? Right.
So final verdict.
So final verdict is no. He's not natty.
Michael Hearn.
Bro, if you think Michael Hearn is natty, like, you need to evaluate yourself.
100%. Big controversy. LeBron James. LeBron.
No, I think LeBron could be natural. The thing is he's 40, right?
He's 40.
He's 40 now. Like, look at his shoulders, bro. Look at this motherfucker. But
Not just physique. You don't think he's taking any performance?
well, the thing is like he invests $1 million into his body, right? So if you're investing $1 million into your body,
you know Chael Sonnen, right? Mm-hmm. The GOAT, undefeated, undisputed.
yeah.
Don't make that dumbass face. Undefeated champion of the world, Chael Sonnen. He said that he knows LeBron's taking it because he's getting it from the same guy.
Okay, but he's a charlatan too. He would say anything. You know?
Put some respect, bro.
Nah, put him in respect. There's nothing wrong with being a charlatan. He's a finesser. Good for him. He has a mouthpiece on him.
No.
Good for him. But
Okay, so final verdict.
I don't think he's
Natural.
I don't think he's not natural. Like, I think he's natural.
That's what I'm saying. Natural.
Yeah, natural.
Okay, Conor Murphy.
Prime Conor Murphy,
Yeah.
I think you maybe like did a SARM. Like, he wasn't abusing PDs, but yeah, not natural.
Okay, do you think that physique is obtainable naturally?
If you're a 1%er, genetically, yeah.
I kind of feel like he can be natural. Like, this physique is totally obtainable naturally.
But at that height, like, that's what I mean. Because he was like 6'2".
matter.
He was like to fill out like that and to have that roundness.
So we're going with non-natty.
No, I'm saying he is, but what I'm saying is that he's an upper echelon genetically
Has
gifted
to
guy.
be to be natural. I agree.
Yes.
Well, did Bradley Martin ever talk about he
Like
obviously
he doesn't. I don't know if he's ever said he's not natty. I think he has, but he doesn't talk about it. But like he doesn't deny it. Like everybody knows he's not natural.
Let's skip him.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate.
I don't think he's natty. Like his physique doesn't look super impressive.
Yeah.
But I've seen how he works out and he drinks a lot.
Yeah.
And he says that he eats 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
Right. And
I agree. I feel
he
like
looks pretty. You know what I mean? Like maybe testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah, he's at least on TRT.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for the natty or not. All right, we covered a lot.
Yes, thank you.
We definitely disagreed on some stuff. Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, next time don't wear a garbage bin.
Next time I'm not coming if you ever have that shirt on. But.
Lionel Messi. Anyways, so where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at IvanDavid7_. Yeah, that's usually the only social media.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for coming along. We got a lot more exciting stuff coming up. Stay tuned, and as always, keep it real. Have a good day.